Recording in progress.
Okay, let's begin. So let's begin seated. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings everywhere. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering, and may we eventually acquire the intellect to attain this knowledge. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even more powerful, renounce all the fruits, let go of all expectation, let go of all attachment to results, and do this as a divine service to all beings everywhere. Let's come to standing now. And we'll begin with some warm-ups to prepare the body for the practice. Start with the hands on the hips and just start to circle the head. Take the head all the way around, the ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. And then go in the opposite direction now. Now the right arm circles backwards, spin the arm very fast, as fast as you can. If you need your left hand to support your shoulder, then go ahead. Respect your limitations, move according to your condition. And now go forward. And then the left arm, make as though you're winding up to throw a ball. And then go forward now. And now bring both arms over the head, take hold of the opposite elbows and bend to your left. Stretch the whole right side of the body. Then go to the other side. Try not to make wrinkles in the waist and the underside of the body. Go to the left again. Pull on the elbow. And then to the right again. And back to the center. Release the arms. So this is called breath of joy, so do it with enthusiasm to make it live up to its name. First 3 movements on the inhale, last one in an exhale, looks like this. And throw the body down on the exhale. Continue with me. Imagine on the exhale, you're throwing all the negativity out of the body. Can you hear me okay, everybody? Raymond, you can hear okay? Okay, continue. more. Throw the body against the thighs. And on this last one, just stay hanging down, so allow the body to stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way back up. Good. Now move the fingers very, very rapidly. Shake out the wrists. Feel all the joints in the wrists and the fingers moving vigorously. Then up and down. Good. Arms by the sides of the body. Continue to shake. Move very fast. The head flying in all the directions. The arms like heavy ropes hitting the body. Head flying in all the directions. Good. And then slow it down. Now from here, the arms by the sides of the body. Jump up and down. Get the blood moving in the body. Be enthusiastic and always stay in the mindset of a child to always remain enthusiastic and joyful. Okay, and then conclude. The arms by sides out to the sides. If you need to, you can bring your left hand on the wall. Swing the right leg back and forth. Try to get your knee to the shoulder, your toes to the back of the head. The leg feels like a pendulum swinging out of control. And now the other leg. Watch your toes, flex your foot so as not to stub your toes on the ground. And conclude. The feet back together, arms by the sides of the body. Lift the arms and the heels at the same time. Inhale, come up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down. 2, 3. Try not to allow the heels to hit the ground heavily. 5, 6. Inhale, come up. 2, 3. Engage the core and the leg muscles. 5, 6, and come back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up again. Move in a way that is graceful, that doesn't agitate the mind. Bring it to a state of restlessness. Come back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One last time. Keep the mindset always unchanging, unbothered, unjudging. 4, 5, 6, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tip the head down in a gesture of humility. And stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Continue to offer up the practice to all beings benefiting through your experience. So now come forward to the front of the mat. Hands to the heart, sun salutations. Imagine we're all together physically, moving like a school of fish all together. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back. And then come down, bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground, the chest on the thighs. The right foot goes back. Lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Push the seat all the way forward. Then come into the high plank. Knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind your heels. Glide between the arms. As you come forward, brush your nose to the ground. Take the shoulders back, arch the back. Take the head all the way back over the seat. Once again, the seat goes back, come forward between the arms. Make it so you're pulling the floor towards you. This will propel the body forward with more ease and power. One more time. Take the seat back, glide between the arms. Make like a cobra, be regal and wise, fierce and fearless. Back into downward facing dog. Allow the head to drop below the arms, soften the line in the back. Now the right foot comes forward. If that's difficult, lower the left knee down first. Use the right hand to push the foot forward between the hands if you need to. Then the feet come together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back again, stretch the whole front of the body. Fold the body down in half. The head close to the feet. Left foot back. Back knee down, again, lunge, deep lunge. Into the high plank. Lower the knees down, the seat again goes all the way back. Come forward 3 times. Moving like a snake.
creeping like a snake, and then uncoiling gracefully. Take the seat back. Come forward again. We try to embody all the qualities of whatever we're representing. 3 times blessed those can imitate the forms on our levels. One more time. The seat goes back. Come forward between the arms. Take the head all the way back. Just drop the shoulders. The neck stays long so the head can move back even more. And then downward facing dog. Lift the seat. Allow the head to come towards the ground again. If you're flexible, you might even touch your forehead to the ground. And then the left foot comes forward to the hands. Good. And then the feet come together, chest on the thighs, bow down as though in humbleness. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then coming back home with the hands to the heart. Go up and back. Every posture reflects a certain consciousness. Tap into it. With the head down, the eyes downcast, a gesture of humbleness. The right foot back, the heart open, the gaze up. Always a gesture of surrendering to divine service. Into the high plank. Knees down, chest between the hands down, and the chin down. Now glide between your arms. This time, if you can, pick your hips and knees up off the ground. Bend the toes under. The legs are floating above the ground about an inch. Move the shoulders back. Stretch the whole front of the body. From the feet all the way up to the chin. Now back into downward facing dog. Work the pose here a little bit as well. Try to get your belly towards your thighs. Try to get your heart towards the ground. See if you can get your head down below the arms without bending your arms. Push the heels down towards the earth as well. Look like a dog stretching its back. Now the right foot comes forward to the hands. Back knee down, push the seat all the way forward towards the front heel, and then the feet come together. If you possible, you can try to straighten your legs without detaching your belly from the thighs. And come right up to stand again, reach up and back. Always coming back to the source of divine love at the heart. Infuse all the movements with love and compassion and devotion. Take the arms back behind the head and come forward again. Forward fold, Uttanasana. The left foot goes back. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Into the high plank. Knees, chest, and forehead down. Just watch your body moving all by itself. Pretend you're the witness. Come through between your arms. Again, lift your hips away from the ground. Your hips are between the hands. Make like a dog howling at the moon again. Bring the nose all the way up. Try to picture the form in your mind and try to imitate with your body. Realize the shape that you see. Downward facing dog. Lift the seat. Feel again the stretch, the softening of the back as you drop your chest down towards the ground. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master. Be loyal yourself to serving others through the practice. And then the left foot comes forward to the hands, quietly. Good. The feet come together, Uttanasana. Belly on your thighs, your seat all the way up. Try to get your seat in line with your heels. And then come right up to stand again. Reach up and back. Always coming back home to the heart. Go again. Raise your arms up. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body in a way that allows the breath to remain steady and even. And then the breath will deliver more power and grace to the movements. The right foot goes back. Into the high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Come right through into upward facing dog again. Back into downward facing dog. Now this time raise a right leg up. See if you can lift your left heel up again. Push the right foot up even higher. If you're flexible, try to get your head down. Some of you might even get your forehead to the ground. And then now push the left heel back down to the ground. Feel a stretch in the back of the left leg. Now pick up the head, look between the hands, and bring the foot all the way forward between the hands. Again, you can lower your left knee down if you need to help you into your lunge, your deep lunge here. And then the feet come together. Feet come beside one another. Pull the body against your legs. Come right up to standing. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back again. Transition seamlessly between the forms like you're doing in divine dance of devotion. Fold the body down onto your legs. The left foot goes back. Back knee down. Drop down to the hips. Into the high plank. Down we go, knees, chest, forehead, right through between the hands. If it's too much to have your hips up off the ground, keep your hips anchored down, but curve your back. Try not to create folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Back into downward facing dog now. Lift the left leg up. Lift the right heel. See if you can get your head down even lower towards the ground, and then push the right heel back down towards the earth. Good. Now look between the hands and foot between the hands. Back knee down. Deep lunge here, and then the feet together. Fold the body in half. Eventually your legs might be able to straighten all the way, but again, keep your belly on your thighs. Keep your knees bent to keep that connection if you need to. And then come right up to standing, reach up and back. Back home, hands to the heart. Good, a different variation now, adding on. Raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body. As you come down, bend your knees, your belly on your thighs. If you can, join your hand behind the back, pull them all the way back, and then pull them all the way up. Try to get your shoulders right on your shoulders right on the knees. The top of the head coming towards the feet. Now the right foot goes back. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Raise your arms up. If you can, join your hands together and pull your hands up over your head, maybe even behind the head. Arch your back a little bit if you can. Push your lower back up and in. And now come right back out of the pose. Step back into high plank. Lower down knees, chest, forehead. Right through into your cobra or upward facing dog. Your hips on or off the ground, depending on your strength and your abilities. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up and send it between the hands. Try to move your shoulders, your whole body forward so the shoulders are over the fingertips. The foot comes down softly without making a sound. Drop your seat all the way forward, arms up. Again, drop your shoulders down and pull your arms back as far as you can. Work the shoulders. If you lower your shoulders down, then your neck can lengthen, your head can go back even more. Good. And then from here, swing your hands behind the back, your belly on your thighs, join your hands together if you can. The feet come together, the belly pushes into your legs. If you're flexible and your legs are perfectly straight, bring your forehead to your shins as well. And come right up to standing. No matter what you attain, just do your best. It's the effort that's more important and the intention behind the practice, not the result. Hands back to the heart. Go up and back again, stretch the whole front of the body. And fold the body down. Bend your knees, your belly on your thighs, push your seat all the way up. Send your hands all the way up as far off your back as possible. Maybe eventually over your shoulders. And then the left foot goes back. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Reach up and back, take the arms up, pull your shoulders down and pull the arms all the way back as far as you can. Lift the chest, push the lower back up and in. And then break the pose. Come right back down. Knees, chest, forehead to the ground. Keep again moving fluidly between the poses like a shapeshifter. Into upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Eventually, the movements become fluid and effortless. Take the left leg up. And then step up between the hands with constant practice and angry determination. And the intention again of serving through the practice, anything is possible. Bring your arms up over the head and pull the arms all the way back. Beside, maybe behind the ears a little bit. And then come forward, swing your hands all the way down, join them behind the back if you can, or keep them apart depending on shoulders. The right foot comes in beside your left, Uttanasana. Push your seat all the way up as high as you can. Feel a stretch in the backs of the legs as you push your body into your thighs. And then come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Good. Let's do that sequence again. Raise your arms up. Push your hips forward, the chest up. Come forward again. Belly on your thighs. Pull your hands all the way up over your shoulders. The forehead coming towards the shins, maybe even on the shins, the seat. Try to get it to come up a little bit higher. And then the right foot back. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Kapayasana, make like a crescent moon. Radiate your light from within, like the moon reflects the light of the sun. pull the arms all the way back as far as you can to open up the shoulders and the chest. And then break the pose. Bring the hands back down into your high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. And come right through. Swim between your arms into your cobra or upward facing dog. Beautiful. Back into downward facing dog. Sink the heart toward the ground. Soften the heart in every sense. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Take the right leg up. And then step it between the hands. Big step forward. Land your foot, or wherever it lands, use your right hand if you need to again to push your foot forward. Kapyasana. Raise your arms up. The seat is right close to the front heel so you don't lose your balance. You stay steady. Pull your arms all the way back. Beautiful. Now break the pose. Swing hands behind the back, join them together, and the feet come together. Bow down in zone humbleness. And come right up to standing. The greatest among us are those who serve with complete selflessness. Hands to the heart. Raise your arms up with no expectation of reward. Come forward and down into Uttanasana. Push your seat up, send your hands all the way up over your shoulders. And then the left foot goes back. Back knee down, reach up and back. Kapyasana. Raise your arms up, pull them all the way back, open up the chest, and then come right back into your high plank. Good. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right through. Push into your hands. Chest all the way forward in front of your arms, the head back. Upward facing dog. And then back into downward facing dog. Left leg goes up. Stretch that back leg. Oh, and then send the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Remember, try to move with control. Reach up and back. Try to keep the breath even. If it becomes labored and it changes, it's inconsistent, try to move in a way that allows the body to move more easily. Uttanasana, modify as you need to. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then come back home. Land your hands in front of the heart. Take pause here. From the heart, inhale the love from the heart up to the crown. Imagine it moving up there. Hold the breath. Imagine the love going out to all beings everywhere. Just like the sun that shines down on everything equally. Exhale, return to the heart to remain established in divine love towards all. Release the hands. Let's continue with some balance poses now. So we're going to, if you start to lose your balance, you need the support of a wall, then stand near a wall. So starting off with your left foot anchored down, the right foot comes up. If you can, take the heel, the right heel from the inside, the thumb behind the heel, pull the knee out to the side, and if you can, extend your leg out. So again, if you need to, you stand with your back against a wall or you bring your left hand on a wall. Try to have your toes and fingers on the same line. Fix your point on something on the ground, maybe 3 feet in front so you don't lose your balance. If you do, don't worry about it, just come right back up again. That's it. You're trying to exude the grace and the poise of a ballet dancer. Nice. Now, see if you can let go of the foot without dropping your foot. So you have to hold the breath, engage leg muscles, and let it float. And then bring the foot back down. Anchor down to the right foot and repeat with the other foot now. Fix your gaze on a point, something on the ground that doesn't move is always better for balance. Take hold of the heel, the left heel from the inside. Again, push your knee out. If you can, straighten the leg. If you're having trouble straightening your leg, see if you can place your hand underneath the knee and see if that works better for you. So modify again as you need to. That's it. Bring your shoulders back. That's it. Keep on trying. Good. Now again, see if you can let go of the foot without dropping your foot. Hold your breath, engage your leg muscles in your core, and let go of the foot. See if it floats there. And bring the foot back down. Take a moment to charge the body. Inhale, imagine the best of the best coming from all the way around you, into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send all that everywhere throughout your being, send it to all beings everywhere. Everything you have meant to be shared. So let's continue with another pose now. Starting off with hummingbird. Bend your knees, bring your fingertips, index fingers on either side of the feet, be on the edge of the mat, a little bit in front of the feet. Slide your right foot back and bring the right knee all the way up as high as you can. Your belly stays with your thigh, so bend your left knee to keep that connection. Your head is about the height of the knee. If you can start to lift your fingers away from the ground in front of your shoulders, maybe even above your head. Now you can stay here, or if you can, bring your left hand down to your foot, hold your ankle with your left hand, your index finger pressing against your heel, and your right hand comes to the inside of the foot. Maybe beside the foot, take off all but just the index finger, maybe even place the index finger on the inside of the heel. If you have the flexibility, extend your right leg straight up. Otherwise, just bring your right knee up as high as you can. Your hip is over the heel. And then bring the right foot back down and release. So just stay down here like a ragdoll for a moment, open up your feet a little bit to allow the head to hang down. Just relax, allow everything, all the fatigue to tumble out of the body. And now we begin on the other side. So your fingertips again on either side of the feet on the outer edges of the mat. Left foot slides back and bring the knee all the way up. Your belly stays with your right thigh, bend your right knee. And then once you have the balance, keep gazing in front of you. Lift your index fingers up off the ground in front of your shoulders or all the way up over your shoulders. You're like a hummingbird, very small, very compact little bird. Now you can again stay there or bring your hands down. The right foot on the right hand on the foot, index finger pressing against the heel, and push your left knee up way high. If you have the flexibility, extend your left leg all the way up. Move your left hand right in beside your foot and take off all but just the index finger. Maybe even bring your left hand on the foot as well. So the only contact eventually is just your foot with the ground. And bring the left foot back down now. Lift your heels a little bit so you can slip your hands underneath. Push your heels into your palms and push your seat up. Stretch the backs of the legs. Stretch the back body by trying to bring your head right down onto your feet. And then again, roll your way up slowly. Good. Charge the body, turn the palms forward. Inhale again, imagine the best coming right from around everywhere. Into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. You have to keep on using your imagination to express that or to experience that everybody is feeling this through you. So last one we'll do. Left foot forward, come to the back of the mat. Left foot steps forward, come down with your left hand. Fingertips on the ground, about 14 or 16 inches in front of your left foot. And raise the right leg up. Bring the right arm up eventually. If it's too much, you can't open up, you can bring your left knee down, you can do it from here. Okay? Or again, you can stand with your back against the wall. Nice. If you have good balance, you can look down. Your left hip is right in line with your heel. Some of you might be able to take your left, just come on your index finger of your left hand. You might even eventually bring your left hand up off the ground, right in front of the heart. Good, now break the pose, bring the right foot back down and step back up. Try it on the other side now. So come to the back of the mat. The right foot steps forward, lean down, the right hand comes down. Once the fingers are planted, lift the palm away from the ground and lift the left leg up. Open up as much as you can to your left, bring the left arm up. Again, you can stay on your left shin, right shin if you need to. That's it, push the left shoulder back, eventually try to have your shoulders and your hips in the same line. And again, if you have balance, you can challenge yourself by looking towards the front hand. Make sure the left hip is right over the heel. Hold your breath and see if you can just come either on the index finger, maybe even take your hand right up off the ground. onto your heart. Break the pose. Bring the left foot back down and step back up. Good. Again, turn the palms forward, close the eyes. Imagine on the inhale, lights coming right into the body of every color, right up to the spine, to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout your body. Keep sharing it with all beings. Now we're going to turn sideways, open up your stance, and then turn your left foot forward, warrior. So bend into your left knee, try to get your knee, your left leg in the right angle. If you're more flexible, you can try to bring your hips a little bit lower so your knee goes over your toes. Make sure your knee's not popping in. Make sure you try to have your knee centered over the two middle toes. That's it. Now from here, swing the right arm up alongside the other one, look between the hands, warrior one. Another variation that demonstrates the most remarkable quality of the warrior, the devotion to the people they serve. Good, now bring the back knee down, flatten out the toes. Again, revisiting the Kapiyasana. Start with your hands on your seat. Push your heels, your palms into your seat, and push up with your fingertips. So underneath your hands, there's no wrinkles in the skin underneath your hands. Pull the shoulders back, open up the chest. Imagine trying to bring your elbows right together behind your back. Now, if this is where you need to stay, you're already at your edge, you can stay there. If you can bring arms up, over the head. Try not to bend the arms. Your arms bite by the ears, and pull the arms back again. Try to get your hands behind your head, maybe even behind, up over your head, maybe even behind your head. Beautiful. Keep your hands separate if it's too much for your shoulders. Now break the pose. Come down with your hands on the inside of your left foot. Your left foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Lift the back knee up and just start to scooch forward, back and forth a few times. Feel as though the hips are made of lead. Good. Push one more time to the back foot. Lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. If your hips are low enough, roll onto your right, to the right. Try to get your right forearm down and roll back to your left. Keep your knee close to shoulder. Try not to allow the knee to fall out to the side, nor the foot slides out. Try to have your shin completely vertical, and keep on telescoping your head and chest forward. If you can't get your hips down low enough to come onto your forearms, just stay on your hands, but keep pushing your hips down. Good. Both sides of your hips are equally anchored down. Stretch the body. Pull the chest further forward. Look like a lizard just sunning yourself on a warm earth. Fix your gaze. Try not to blink, just like a lizard doesn't blink. Good, now come back onto the hands. From here, slide your left, come back upright, bend the toes under the back foot, move your left foot in so that your legs will look like a box. You should be able to lift your left foot up easily. Now from here, bring your left hand down on the inside of the left foot. The right arm comes up. Push the shoulder the right shoulder all the way back. That's it. If it's too much, you can keep your hand on a seat or your hand on a shoulder and just move your shoulder back. So again, depending on your shoulder ability. And if you want to go further, lift your back knee up off the ground, slide your right foot back, and bring your right arm over the head. Try to have a straight line, diagonal line from the foot all the way to the hands. If again you're having trouble opening, come up, bring your left forearm on your thigh, and do this version. That's the idea. Now, break the pose, looking forward. If you can, just turn on your foot. You're off your left heel now, your left heel's up. The right arm up, so you're angling the toe and knee towards the right, and take your arm out to your left. Try to get your elbow on the outside of the knee or your armpit even, your left hand pushes into your right, and you don't stay at the shoulders, you keep pushing down. Try to get your belly over the thighs, and the chest comes to your thumbs,
Roll left shoulder back. If that's too much, lower the right knee back down again. Push your chest all the way up. Try to get to send the chest behind your thumbs. That's it. Make sure that your elbows and your wrists are on the same line. So push your wrists down a little bit in line with your elbows. That's it. Voila. Good. And now break the pose. Come back so that your body is now between your thighs, your feet again, and come all the way back up. So now we're going to the right. Turn your right foot forward, and again, sink into your hip, bend your right knee. Try to have your arms level with the shoulders. Make sure your knee's not popping in again. It's like you're being pressed between two panes of glass. That's it, good. Warrior one, swing your left arm up, turn the chest forward, look up between the hands. Again, express the warrior's devotion. From here, bring the back knee down, flatten out the toes, bring your feet all the way forward. If it's bothering your knee, you can roll your mat over and just press your knee on both thicknesses. Bring your feet all the way forward, hands again start on your seat. Push the heels, the palms down into your seat and push up with your fingertips. Try to smooth out the skin underneath your hands so there's no wrinkles underneath your hands. Allow the head to go back. Keep lifting your chest up. It's as though you're trying to lift the whole rib cage up. If you want, if you can, take your hands up over the head and pull them back. Shoulders back. Again, keep your hands separate if you need to. Good. Lift through the chest. And then break the pose. Bring your hands down. Move your right foot out to the edge of the mat so that your knee can stay over the foot. Lift the back knee and just push back and forth a few times. The idea is try to get your hips to feel very heavy so eventually sink down and the rest of the body will sink down with your hips. Push back to the left heel, lower the knee down, flatten out your toes. Again, if you can't get low enough, onto your elbows and stay on your hands, but keep trying to pull your hips down and keep lengthening forward. If of course you can fall onto your left forearm and roll back to the right. Try to get eventually your pelvis, your belly, and your chest to come all the way down. And you're looking like a lizard here, merge with the form. Become one with the form. We're trying to experience all forms of life. They're all divine manifestations. Now come back onto the hands. Slide your right foot back and come upright. Your legs again like a box, bend the toes under in the back foot. Make sure again you can lift your right foot up easily. And just press it down. Right hand to the inside of your right foot. Your left arm all the way up and push the shoulder all the way back. That's it. So right foot in front, right hand in front of the foot. And then from here, if you want to go into the side ankle, push into the base of the toes, lift the back knee up off the ground, send the left arm over the head. Straight line from the foot all the way to the head. If that's too much, if you can't open up, again you're crouching forward, come upright. Bring your right, a little bit higher, bring the right arm on the thigh. Try to have a straight line from the hand all the way to the foot. That's it. Now break the pose, turn on the ball of the foot, turn forward, your left arm up, and go down. Pull your arm all the way to the right of the left arm all the way to the right on the outside of the right knee. Your hands again start at the heart, at the shoulder.
But then as you push downward, you're trying to get your belly higher so that the center of the chest eventually comes in line with your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder back. If you need to, lower your left knee down if you're having trouble balancing. Push your chest all the way up towards your thumbs. And try to get your chest and your face to be straight up. That's it. Beautiful, everybody. Your elbows and your wrists in the same line. Push to the base of the toes to stay balanced. Now break the pose. Hands framing the front foot, the right foot, and step the right foot back beside your left. Plank pose. So make sure you're not sagging down to the middle and you're not sinking your down through between your shoulders. Straight line from heels all the way to the crown. Side plank. Move your left hand a little bit to the right, then the fingers in front of your nose, and bring your right arm up. If you're finding that you are sagging, you're dropping into your shoulder, bring your left knee down underneath your hip. So you can do it from here as well. That's it. Beautiful, everybody. Now come back to plank. Go to the other side now. The right hand moves to the left, and then go on to bring your left arm up. Push your shoulders back. Come back to plank pose. Lower the knees down. Sit on your heels. Good. Now from here, bring your right arm up. Take hold of the elbow with your left hand and push the elbow all the way up and back behind your head if you can. Your right hand comes down the center of the back. So here, if you have the mobility to do so, you can bring left arm down and up the back, and you join your hands together. No strain, no pain. So if you're really, if it's painful, then just keep your left hand on your elbow and keep moving your hand down towards your right hand towards your lower back. If you can take your binds, then go ahead. Push into the back of the heart. Lean back a little bit. With each inhale, raise the chest, raise the body up out of the hips. With each exhale, drop your shoulders down without allowing your body to drop back into your hips. Stay tall. Break the pose, bring your right elbow down, shake it out a little bit, release, and try it on the other side. So left arm goes up, inwardly rotate the arm a little bit so the elbow is facing backwards. Bring your right hand to the elbow, pull it up first and push it back. Try get your elbow right behind the center of the head. Anchored in place at the back of the head, and again, you can stay here, or you can bring the right arm down and up the back and join your hands together behind your heart. No forcing, again, no going to a place where you're in so much pain that that's all you can think about. Come to a place where you're coming to your edge while still trying to maintain stillness in the mind. You should be able to meditate in a pose. The mind goes quiet. Now break the pose. Shake out the shoulders a little bit. So now, come all the way, roll back, come into a squat. Separate your feet as much as you need to so you can get your heels on the ground. If they don't come down, don't worry about it, just do your best. Push your elbows outwards, the backs of the arms pressing into inside your thighs, your shoulders right by your knees. Okay, so now from here, coming into an arm balance. Bring your hands down on the ground in front of your feet, lift your heels. Shift your weight forward so that you feel the weight on your backs, the upper arms, your knees are right by the shoulders. Your shoulders go over your fingertips. And then see if you can pull your toes away from ground. Hold your breath and pull your toes up. Your wrists and your elbows in the same line. Okay, if you can't lift your heels, don't worry about it. If you can't lift your toes up off the ground, don't worry about it. Just get weight on your arms, and eventually when you feel confident, maybe you can lift your toes of one foot, maybe the other one as well. Now come back down, shake out the wrists. So the next pose is start the same way, but there's a modification. So I'll just show you for those of you who feel comfortable. You come back into your crow pose, your feet up, you tuck your chin in, and the forehead comes down, not in between your hands. Your head has to land a little bit in front of your hands, so the hands and your head form a triangle. And then you can bring your seat up. If you feel comfortable, those who know how to get into headstand can go ahead. You can bring legs straight up, or bend your legs, one leg in front, one leg in back. If you don't feel comfortable coming into the pose from that way, bring your hands, sit on your heels, your fingers in line with your knees, and bring your head forward in front of your knees. Lift your seat up. Walk your feet towards your wrist. Your toes are just behind your wrist. Just bring just underneath your knees against your elbows and pull your toes away from the ground. See if you can find this pose. Again, you can keep your toes on the ground if you're not comfortable lifting them up. Eventually, you can bring your feet up higher. So again, go into your pose now. Go into an inversion. Nice, everybody. Again, make sure your hands are not beside your head. They should be in front. Your head and your hands form a triangle. So that you have more balance. Good. Now come out of the pose gracefully. Nice work, everybody. Beautiful. Good. Excellent. Okay, so come in child's pose for a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. And roll your way back up. So now we're going to take your legs out in front. Scooch the front of the mat. And roll back into plow pose. So if you need to, you can take a few rolls. Try to get your seat high enough, your feet up high enough so you can bring your hands on your back so as to prevent yourself from rolling back down and your feet go behind your head. So you can stay in plow pose like this. Those of you who feel comfortable, bring your hands on your back. Try to get your arms all the way behind your back. Join your hands together behind your back and pull them back so that you can't see them from in front. Eventually your elbows are behind your back as well. Place your hands on your back. If you feel like you can, raise one leg and then the other. Try to get your toes in the same line as your chin. If they're a little bit angled, that's okay. Again, find a position where you can find steadiness. If you need to keep your knees bent, close to your shoulders and your feet behind your head, all good too. Keep your hands on your back if your feet don't touch down. Once you're in whatever pose you're in, rest the mind on the space between your eyebrows. Make your mind one-pointed. If your mind starts to wander, have no judgment, have no concern, just keep bringing your mind back to the space between your eyebrows. Good stuff. Stay up a little bit longer if you can in a pose. If you don't hold the poses long enough, the mind never has a chance to settle. It's always, the body's always moving, and then the mind at the start is always going with the body, always moving, always restless. Now those who have your legs up, bring your feet behind your head again, coming back to plow pose, or previous pose, your feet behind your head, and then start to make your descent down. So to come down, bring your arms behind your back, your palms down, press into your arms, keep your thighs close to your body as long as possible as you're coming down so you don't come down with a big, heavy, fast crash landing. Come down slowly. And once your feet are down on the ground, take a moment to rest the body, take a deep breath in. Exhale, send it all the way throughout the body, send all the tension out of the body, send all the effort out. Relax. Imagine you just fainted. Now from here, the counter pose to that, so lift your right side of the seat, slip your right hand underneath your seat, left side of the seat comes up, slip your hand underneath. Your palms are facing down, pressing into the ground, and your hands are right underneath your seat. You're sitting on your wrists. Bring your back up off the ground. Really push your elbows a little bit closer in towards another behind the heart, underneath the heart. Lift the chest as much as you can, and then bring the top of the head down if you can to the ground again. If you're feeling strong, lift your legs up 12 inches off the mat. This is optional. You can keep your feet on the ground if it's too much. And now breathe very fast in the nose, like a sniffing dog, through the nose. Bring the head back down, press into your arms, and then see if you can bring your feet behind your head again, coming back into plow pose. From here, we're going to come right into boat pose. You can hold your ankles, you can hold your knees, and bend your knees, and come right into boat pose. So try not to touch your ground in between. So now come up, take a deep breath in, hold, and come right up to seated. So you're sitting on your, bouncing on your sit bones. Try not to allow your feet to touch in between. Good stuff. And then from here, you can either bend your legs or keep them straight. Arms out by the sides of the body. Again, breathe very fast to the nose like a sniffing dog. Bring your feet down. From here, coming into a back stretch. So you can either, if you're very tight in your hamstrings, you can just hug your legs to your body, keep your belly with your thighs, but keep on trying to push your chest forward like you're trying to get your heart beyond your knees. If you can, eventually you can start to slide your heels forward. Get your legs eventually flat on the ground without detaching your belly from the thighs. If you can hold your feet and really pull the edge of your feet towards you a little bit. Try again to get your heart as far forward as possible. Your belly stays with your thighs. Use the body weight to bring more release to your hamstrings. The weight of your body will settle on your legs and bring more release eventually. Take a deep breath in from the base of the spine all the way to the crown. Imagine a breath moving through your body. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. Use your imagination to visualize a movement of the breath. The more you can visualize, the more imagination you have, the more you can realize, the more you can share with others. Now roll your way back up. Bring your hands behind the back. Slide your feet in. Closer to the seat again, toes pointing out towards corners. Same with the fingertips. Fingers are facing away from you. Push your hips up. If you can, try not to sag like an old couch. Try to have your hips in the same line as your knees and your shoulders, and your chest higher than the shoulders. Allow the head to go back a little bit so it's level with the rest of the body. And again, make the belly jump. Breathe very fast through the nose. Lower the seat back down. Good. From here, cross your ankles. Come onto your knees and roll your way back up. So standing on your knees are about hip width apart. Bend the toes under so your heels come up higher. Your hands on your seat to start. Push into your seat. Lift your chest. Allow the head to go up and back. Now if you have the strength, work the core and the thighs a little bit. Lean back. Try to stay rigid like you have a hinge at the knees. Try to keep your body straight as you lean back and come back up. So inhale, you lengthen. Hold your breath as you go back. Shoulders behind your feet maybe. And then come back up. And then exhale. Inhale again, reach up. Press into the base of your toes. Go back a little bit. According again to your strength. And come back up. One more time. Push into your seat, lift up to the chest, go back, maybe go further down this time, and come back up. Good. Now from here, go back if you feel comfortable, if you can get your shoulders behind your feet, bring your right hand onto your heel, left hand on your heel, and then push your chest up. Try Try to get your hips come forward like you're about to fall on your thighs. Bring heels together, cross the baby fingers. If it's too much, just stay in this pose with your hands on your seat, and just try to get your chest up as high as you can. Use your hands to just push your seat down, lengthen the lower back. Any way, any pose is perfect, again, if you're offering it up, doing your best. Now, if your hands are on the feet, come back onto your seat one at a time. Come back up and bring your hands down on the ground in front of your knees. So from here, arch the back, exhale, round the back. Tuck your chin in, push the heart between the shoulder blades and belly button through the lower back. Inhale, arch the back, exhale, round your back. One more time, inhale, sink the chest down. Exhale, round your back, push your heart between shoulder blades, feel the shoulder blades separating from one another. And now from here, bring your elbows down where your where your wrists are. So you're on your forearms. Raise your right leg up, baby tiger pose. Try not to bend the right leg. Really reach your foot all the way up and back. Push your chest forward away from the seat. Create space in the lower back. Now bring the right leg down and bring the left leg up. Same thing. Try to get your foot as high as possible. Arch the back. Push your chest forward. Create lots of length in your lower back area. No crunching in the lower back. And then bring the left knee down. And come back up. Pull your way back up. Bring your feet in front. Your knees together, your feet together. Your feet about, 8, almost a foot away from your seat. Right hand right against the center of the back. Left arm up. Take your left arm to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right. Try not to fall back. Keep your hand right against your seat so your back stays straight and upright. Keep pulling your knees beyond the left edge of the body. Try to get your chin over your right shoulder. Feel the twist starting at the base of the spine, moving all the way up the spine. Then coming back to the center, left hand now right down the center of the back, right arm up, and go to your left now. Push your arm against the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, lift the chest, turn to your left, bit by bit. So don't crank the body around, move gradually into the twist, especially if you have any back issues. Be mindful in your movements. All beings, remember, are experiencing this through you. Good. Break the pose. Shavasana. Lie on your back. So make your way down on your back for deep relaxation. Once you're on the ground, allow the feet to fall away from one another. Your hands be on the edge of the mat with the palms facing up, and just allow the whole body to just sink down. Relax everything. Let go of all efforts. Release all tension. Imagine the best of the best now coming in, all the fruits of the practice that you renounced through the offering of this practice. And your good deeds attract good outcome. It comes back to you. It's a law of karma. Things come back in a mysterious way. Everything that you're feeling now, you're experiencing now, is a result of your past deeds. So, moving forward, try to act in a way that is compassionate, that is loving, that is mindful, so that you stay in this state of contentment and good outcome.
is the adherence to compassion that makes us enthusiastic to continue in this path, along this way. For who doesn't want to be content and happy? And the practice does not end when you leave the mat. It continues in your day-to-day life. So in everything you do in all your interactions, continue to see all beings as divine, divinity embodied. And then perhaps there'll be motivation or a reason to not incur harm or pain or suffering. So now prepare to come back to seated position in acknowledgement of that mission. Continue to radiate love and compassion to all beings. Come back to seated position now. We'll close with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, which means peace. Instill the peace within and send it out to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Stay warm, stay inside. And hope to see you again next week. Merci tout le monde.
Merci à toi, Justine.
Merci.
Merci. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Happy shoveling.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully. Be careful when you shovel. All right. See you.
See ya.